Welcome, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm glad everyone's here. Sorry, I was just coughing a lot. um, Part of my pre-live preparations. You needn't know about these things. Anyway, but I today has been an interesting day, and I'm being nice. Um, Now I was in I got worked up because I was in Crude AF's chat earlier today, and he had a great live, and he's a much better person than me. I promise you that, because the person that he had on panel, there was a lady who went on panel, and she was basically almost justifying swatting. Uh, as the title goes, I can tell you honestly that as far as things that take place on YouTube, nothing makes me more angry than swatting. Nothing. Uh, I follow crime cases because I respect law enforcement, because law enforcement, we rely on law enforcement. Now, they're not always perfect, but we rely on law enforcement to solve these crimes and hold the people who are guilty of these crimes accountable. And when you genuinely value something like that, knowing that resources are being wasted, someone actually getting justice, there is effort taken away from that. Um, and I don't have any patience for that sort of thing. It makes me very angry. Lori Barlow, okay, I'm glad you asked, because I'm assuming everybody knows what swatting is. Swatting is when someone is doing a live stream and the police are called on that streamer, um and the police are called and they lie and say that someone in this residence has weapons or holding a child hostage or things of that nature. And then what happens is, if you're lucky, the police will just knock on the door and just basically do a more or less a wellness check and say, is everything okay? And then, but there's somebody out there that really needs help. So it's just a waste of time of the police officers. Uh, it's a waste of time and it's a waste of resources. Um, and it's mind blowing to me that this still takes place, that adults do this. It blows my mind that grown-ups do this. Um, and right now, the problem with that, okay, lip locked no more. The problem with swatting, besides it being a waste of resources and a waste of time, besides that, it's dangerous. Someone could get hurt or worse. Someone can get shot. Because I'll tell you what, I'm going to be honest with you. I live in Tennessee, people. If somebody busts into my door and fails to identify themselves as a police officer, somebody's getting shot. Okay? Somebody is. That's exactly what owning a firearm in your home is for. So, and I'm probably going to be the one who gets shot because I'm not trained in firearm use the way a police officer is. So it'll probably be me who ends up getting shot. So, uh, yeah. And Blood Money Benny Keys looking ass. I see you, dude. Somebody swatted Benny Keys yesterday. See, this is what happens when people have nothing left. They have no argument. They have no conviction behind what they believe in. And then they go and, just because someone is right, they go and take some sort of disgusting action against them, whether it be doxing, whether it be swatting. It's all just a glaring reflection of the fact that you are wrong, that you have no argument, that you're completely and totally and utterly full of shit, and now you have nothing left but to actually use law enforcement or CPS as some sort of weapon to hurt another creator. A creator that's simply doing something worthwhile. So I find it extremely disgusting. I find it extremely disgusting when people would stoop this low. There's people who swat themselves for attention, for views. This has happened. Also, piece of shit move. Sorry, not sorry. Piece of shit move. Yeah, you should be able to, you should be charged for swatting. I mean, you should be. I mean, of course it's illegal. Yeah, filing a false report is illegal, so why wouldn't that be illegal? You know what I mean? I did not get swatted. My address is not out there. I mean, it could happen, but I'm very careful about not giving my address. I don't order merch from creators that I like because I just don't want my address out there. So, you know what I mean? Yeah, so we're going to go over some stuff here because as long as Molly Golightly has been in the game, how she doesn't know better blows my mind. This goes from being a fucking idiot to just being a complete and downright asshole. That's what it boils over into that. Because she's been at this long enough. She knows what happened with Oni last year or the year before or 3 years ago. So, well, no, Soper Girl. Well, what we're gonna play, I'm gonna play you Molly Golightly swatting Don Wells, Don and Candace. I'm gonna play you that because she absolutely did that. And then there was somebody defending her on Crude AF's panel today, and I was like, "Yo, dude, you are way nicer than me, dude." Because I would have torn this lady a new asshole verbally. I absolutely would have. She was making me mad. She was making me so mad just listening to her. Now, guys, Hartley is a clip channel. She does these little animated things. So I'm gonna play some of what Hartley did today because Hartley's just great. I love her little clips. So please subscribe to her if you like the clips from some of these trash channels. No. Okay.
I don't. You're a dumb bitch, just like the rest of them. I'm a dumb bitch. Just like me, you're no better than me. I never said I was better than you, Don.
So let me set this up real quick. So this is another asshole. Voices behind my balls. She gets on my nerves. Her husband gets on my nerves. The dude like calls himself Mrs. Cher because her name is Cher, Mr. Cher. So that should tell you everything you need to know right there. And these people are a couple of opportunistic douchebags, in my personal opinion as well. I've been saying this forever. And so, of course, this lady has to insert herself and she has to somehow have some sort of connection to Don. I'm going to tell you, though, when she showed up on Molly Golightly's panel not too long ago, Molly Golightly's reaction was priceless. Molly Golightly's reaction to seeing voices behind my balls' face was hilarious because the same thing happened to me the first. I was like, whoa. And I don't like to mess with people's like personal appearances necessarily. You know what I'm saying? I don't really like to do that, but she's got one of those faces, dude, that like like if you're not ready for it. I'm just saying, if you're not ready for it, she's got one of those, you know, caramala, bro. Like she's got one of those faces, bro, that like you need to take a deep breath and then, you know, be ready for that. That's there's no other way to put it. So of course she gets this, and people keep blaming Don, and and I can't say that I disagree with them. Like Don just needs to stop calling into these networks, because the thing is, these channels like this one, Voices Behind My Balls, she is totally an opportunistic douche, right? And she only has Don on there because she thinks, for the same reason that Laura was talking to her, and I realized that Laura just looks like a anorexic Thanos, and like she's got like a pair of nuts for a chin. Crazy, bro. Like, and then these people are going around talking about people, how they look. It's crazy to me. But these people, they just jumped all over. They think, oh, well, Don called into my show, so then then they think that they're gonna crack the case, and they're going to somehow get Don to admit something, and it's fucking asinine. Like, so on one hand, yeah, I think he should probably not be calling into these panels. Probably not, sure. But at the same time, I'm going to defend his right to do so. And I'm going to empathize with why he does it. Because imagine you're somebody who your daughter is missing and everyone is just spreading lies about you all over the fucking internet. Like, and you're from an area where like what, a handful of people, everyone you go to church with, fucking everybody you go to church with. That's all. And then all of a sudden, you've got all these perfect fucking strangers on YouTube telling crazy rumors and spreading crazy lies and rumors about these people. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's weird, bro. Like, it's weird that you even have that to talk about. Like, in my personal opinion, I stopped fucking talking about this case because there were no developments. I started talking about it again because of idiots who decided to get together and form a team to go harass a victim's family and make everyone who listens to them, pay for it. Like, it's insane. It's totally fucking bizarre. And you know me, I have to speak up on shit like that. Like, when you have people who aren't even following this case, people who aren't even following the Summer Wells case, people who don't bother with true crime cases or real crime cases, and they're speaking up against this craziness. When they have enough common sense to be like, what's happening to the Wells and Candace Bly, what's happening to Don and Candace it's wrong. It's wrong. It's bad. It's wrong. So the dude has a right to defend himself, So I kind of understand where he's coming from when he goes on these channels. But the problem with Don, and this is another reason why I don't feel he did anything wrong. This is a guy who thinks the best of people. This is a guy that I wish he would understand that you're not going to change these people. They don't think like you do. They don't have good hearts. When they bring you on to their channel, they're only thinking of opportunity for themselves. That's all. And that nature about those people is not going to change. It's not. Even if they come off like they're empathizing with you, they've already shown that they're even doing that for their own benefit. They're even doing that for their own benefit. Voices Behind My Balls could give a fuck. Molly Golightly could give a fuck about anybody. Clearly. Meanwhile, this family is getting harassed. So this is Don calling into Voices Behind My Balls.
I'm just as dumb as you are. Oh, at least I can admit it. Oh, no, I'm dumb. I know that.
Yeah, you are.
Then why do you put out all that fucking hateful shit, man? Because I'm so stupid.
Because I'm so stupid, Don. I'm just a stupid girl on YouTube.
See, now she wants to
Why
play
you put up all
victim.
this fucking hateful shit about my daughter and my family, man?
Let me know what's
I'm so
hateful.
sick of it.
What's hateful?
Oh, everything you put up's hateful.
Why are you so upset that I
Man,
would give
think
Reverend
you two
Donna
beautiful-
some
Oh, look, hold up, Jared. You ain't gonna weasel out of this shit.
weasel out of
I
what,
sent
Don?
you two. I
Get her,
sent
Dawn.
you two beautiful pictures.
Yeah,
Thank you, Rain
you
Song.
did.
Utah,
I
where
posted them on
I
a
was
community
working.
post. Yeah.
Thank you, Rain
On
Song.
private property,
Mhm.
and you put up there, I don't know what Don Wills means by this shit. Man, I said that to you as a friend.
Yeah, right. But we never. That's what I said. We
private
didn't
fucking
discuss.
property up there.
We didn't
Do you
discuss.
know even know where that is?
No, you didn't tell me. You just sent the pictures and
Park
we didn't
City,
discuss them.
fucking Utah, on private property.
Okay.
Millionaire property.
Billionaire property.
Yes.
Okay. What is?
And you turned
See,
it into
she's
something bad.
patronizing
Why?
him right now.
I didn't
Like
turn
she's
it into
smarter
anything
than
bad.
he
You're
is.
the one
Yeah,
who's
you did.
taking
You
it.
put under, I don't know what this means. Like it's
She's
something.
taking advantage of the fact that Don is finally upset and he has reached his limit with people trash talking his family. For most people, I understand that for most people, it's like, okay, just ignore it, right? Just ignore it. But we're talking about people that are cut from a different cloth, okay? They just are. They come from a certain upbringing where they don't interact with a lot of people. And so this is a big deal to them. It's a big deal when perfect fucking strangers are trash talking these people and their daughter's missing and they're accusing them of crimes. Can you imagine what your threshold might be if somebody was showing up to your house? You had a child missing. Somebody shows up to your house and your job with a bullhorn, screaming and yelling and carrying on and throwing crazy accusations at you. Imagine that. Just imagine that. Would you be as cool and laid back as Don has been? I don't know if I could. I don't think I could. So at this point, Don is finally sick and tired of it. You know what I mean? You can't blame this guy. So I understand, and I agree with people who are like, dude, just stay off the internet. You know what I mean? I get it. In theory, sure. But do I blame the guy for fucking listening to the shit? I mean, I don't blame him. Anything, maybe somebody will ring a bell and answers are able to be put together somehow as to what happened to his little girl. So it might happen. You know what I mean? I don't blame the guy to having some kind of connection with what's being said regarding his missing daughter. I don't understand. I don't not understand that about him. I get it.
The mysterious.
Well, I can
What the
change
fuck?
that now. I can say that you just
What
thought
are
it
you
was a.
doing with this? What do you? I'm Cher. I'm sorry, man. You
No.
with that fucking psychic of Reverend Donna Safrina. Did you hear all the evil shit that
Serafina.
bitch was saying?
Serafina. Reverend Donna Serafina.
What a fucking whore.
Excuse me.
No, what a fucking whore.
Excuse
I
me.
almost spit my
God's word.
Like your wife?
soda out.
No, like
Wow.
Nah.
you don't know my wife.
Nope.
You don't, motherfucker. Man,
Do
fuck
you know your wife?
Now understand something.
fuck.
Don is a very religious guy. Now he's cursing up a storm, but I don't blame him. But understand that John Wells is a very religious man. Okay. He's a very religious man, and he finds it insulting that a psychic woman, someone claiming to be psychic, would be jumping and making things up regarding his daughter and things that may or may not have happened to his daughter. He finds that unbelievably disrespectful. And he believes that people who are psychic or the paranormal or whatnot is of the devil. And I understand that. I don't necessarily agree, but I get what his religious beliefs are and what they pertain. I understand that. And he has a right to believe what he wants. And he has a right to feel that it's extremely disrespectful for someone to just talk about things that are happening or may or may not have happened to his daughter because you're claiming to be psychic. I could see that. See, and you're nobody to make that judgment, misguided gypsy. You're nobody to make that judgment, to say Don hides behind and uses his religion. He's a religious guy. You don't know enough about the man to say that he hides behind it. Maybe that's how he copes with life. Maybe that's what keeps him in line from doing worse things than he has done. So, you know what I'm saying? You don't get to make that judgment. Maybe it's true. I don't know. What I'm saying is you're fucking jack shit nobody to jump to that conclusion about somebody and their religion and their beliefs. I wouldn't allow anybody to do it to you. You don't have any right to do it to anyone else, including Don Wells. Period. You don't know what's going on in his heart. Exactly.
Do you know your wife?
Yeah, I do know my wife.
Do you?
And I know how.
Why is she taking jabs at Candace?
Then tell the truth about June 15th.
Man, fuck you. You don't know.
Tell the truth about June 15th.
Get her, Don.
Oh, what? So, some sorry motherfucker like you come up here and stole our daughter? Fuck you, bitch.
You're
You're
losing it.
jealous and hateful.
You're
It's
yeah.
probably somebody just like you, Cher.
You know,
They took our daughter because they're jealous.
yeah.
My wife loves my daughter with every fucking ounce of energy that she has. You don't fucking know.
How often has she been out there
Exactly,
looking for
you
the daughter
don't
that
know.
she loves so much?
Cher.
How often has she been out there to search
God,
for the
what a
daughter she
piece
loves
of
so much?
shit
Tell
this
me
woman
how
is.
many
Fuck off,
times
Cher.
has she been out there
Fuck off,
searching for
Cher.
her daughter?
As a matter of fact, shut up, Cher.
No,
Shut up,
that's okay.
Cher. Man, you know what? I
You're a
will
joke,
talk to your
dude.
dad.
You're a
I
joke.
will talk to your dad.
You want to talk to my dad?
You
I'll
got
call
no
him right
fucking
now.
common sense, man.
Do you want me to call
Get
him?
out there. You're listening to fucking the psychic on it.
No, stop. I'm going to call. Since you want to talk like that to me, let me call my dad right now, actually. Let me get my dad on the phone.
I'm
Jesus.
done with you.
Nope.
She's a
I'm
child.
going to call him right now.
You call your dad. I will talk to your dad respectfully, but you done lost my respect.
All right. Well, I'm calling him right
Don't
now.
get respect.
Give me a minute.
Cher.
Do not
Listen to me.
talk about,
Listen
don't
to
even
the
talk
fuck
about me.
up.
I'll walk away. I'm going to get my dad on the phone and I'm going to walk away.
No, listen to me. The only respect I have for you from now on is only because of your dad, and that's it. You got that? You have your dad call me.
He's not calling you.
I was trying to cash in on my daughter, bro. Yeah. It's sickening. It's so sick.
I mean, so I see people in chat, you know, and you're saying, some people are saying, you know, that Don needs help, blah, blah, blah. Well, you all, anybody who's jumping to that conclusion, in my opinion, needs to practice more empathy. Because, first of all, unless you've had a child missing, you don't know what he's going through. And B, is he wrong for reacting this way? Of course, sure. That's not how you conduct yourself. You know, that's just somebody misbehaving and reacting emotionally. And I mean, but we're all guilty of it. How much is he supposed to take? How much of this shit is this guy supposed to take? That's what I ask. Any of you that are sitting here and judging this guy for reacting this way to this woman who's accusing him and his wife of horrible fucking shit. Yeah, sure. I'll have Don if he wants to. If he's got something he wants to add to all this, I'll be happy to have him up here. Yeah, I'll just drop it in the chat. Hold on. Yeah, it's just, you know, I can't blame this guy, dude. Like, I honestly can't. I've never had a child missing, so I don't know, dude. I don't know how I would react to all of this shit. People showing up to your job and getting you fired from your job, you and your wife, you and the mother of the child that's missing. I mean, yeah, so that link is specifically for Don, if he wants to come up here, because I'm not ready to bring people on panel, but the guy has a right to speak his mind, and he has a right to be heard, and I'm happy to give him a mic in order to do it.
And they want to twist up and say that my wife don't care, I don't care, blah, blah, blah. We're so broken hearted, brother. You know,
Yo, this lady
I'll be straight
sucks,
up with
bro.
you, man. I mean, share, tell me a little bit about, you know, what you've been through.
Yeah, the link is in the chat. So Don, if you're listening, just go through the chat. I'll drop it again. And if you'd like to come up here, Don, I'm more than happy to have you up here, buddy. Here, I dropped it in the chat again, so.
What you went to prison for and everything. I have utmost respect for you. I want you to know that right away.
I don't know what to say to you, sir. I mean,
I don't know what to say either.
One thing I want to ask you is what is what's going through your mind when you wake up in the morning? What's the first thought you have when you wake up in the morning?
The first thought
None
I
of your
have
fucking
is
business.
The very first thought I have every night when I wake up to piss before I go to sleep. I go to sleep. I go to sleep every night praying for Summer and begging God and asking Him why.
Okay.
Who is that? And when I wake up, that's the first thought on my mind for the past 8 months.
Okay.
I love my daughter. We both love our daughter. It's the most horrific thing I've ever been through in my life. I mean, that's it. You know.
Do you have, sir?
What's that, buddy?
How many children do you have, sir?
And
Well, we
why
have
is this
4.
shit, first
And
of
the welfare,
all,
I mean, it got so.
first of all, why does he have to keep repeating this shit to people? Why does everybody keep asking him the same fucking questions? Because unless you've ever had a child go missing, you are not entitled to know how this man feels every day. You're not entitled to that. Like, who the fuck do these people think they are asking him these questions about his life? Now, I understand at first, okay? They did television interviews. They spoke to people on TV. They went on Dr. Phil. They did television news channel interviews. They did Chris McDonough. They did all kinds of, they've been very, very, very candid and very open. And I haven't heard any inconsistencies at all. Like,
So dangerous because of all this YouTube bullshit. We had all kind of psychics up here, and we had a gun fight down there, down the bottom of poverty. And you've seen all the shit that goes on and on and on and on. It's been dangerous. I have guns down there in my bed. I'm expecting people to come up here and open fire on us. We got bike fight a day. About 10. How many bikers?
I mean, so the bikers ended up showing up to his house, okay, based on nothing. Everyone that has been harassing these people and accusing them of whatever they're accusing them of, it's all based on nothing. It's all based on rumor. It's all based on hearsay. There's absolutely no facts that would indicate to me that Dawn or Candace had anything to do with the disappearance of their 5-year-old child. There's literally nothing. Not when I am a fact-based channel. So to judge their character is one thing, which you don't have a right to do either. But even still, has nothing to do with the disappearance of Summer Wells. Has absolutely nothing to do with it. Nothing that we know of about this family has indicated to me that they did something to Summer. I go by fact, people. I don't care what the personality is. I don't care about any of that. I need proof. In fact, as I've said many times, there's more to indicate the contrary than they did anything to this child. Yeah, hold on. Here we go. There we go. Yeah, there's more to indicate the contrary, as a matter of fact. So, how much are these people supposed to take, dude? And I hope they endure, man. I hope they continue. And then you're going to call the cops on them. Dude, somebody let me know before this stream started that the response time is 45 minutes for Hawkins County sheriffs to get to the Wells property. 45 minutes.
Time.
What's up, Benny?
Hey, Donnie said his internet is patchy, so he wanted me to call you, and then I'll just let you talk to him.
Sure.
All right, here it goes.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Donnie, this is my friend Will. He's the glare. It's just going to be you and him. He's going to ask you a few questions.
Yes, sir.
How we doing, Don? Can you hear me okay?
No, we're doing all right, brother. Best we can. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes,
No,
sir.
I can imagine. I honestly don't have any particular questions to ask you necessarily because I feel that you have gone over everything quite thoroughly many, many times.
Absolutely.
When you don't even owe anybody that. So
yes, that's right. I mean, we've been dealing with the police, TBI, FBI, and all like that. No, we don't owe anybody anything. But for the good people out there, we want to do everything we can for them, sir. Yes, absolutely.
since this case started, I want you to know I'm proud to tell you that my community here, we have been following your daughter's case since the very, very beginning. And I take you. We've been sharing. Every time her name comes up, we share her description and the details. And we do everything. My community does everything that we can to make sure that law enforcement gets the support that they need to find your daughter, or at least find out what happened.
Thank you so much. God bless you all. Thank you. It's about my daughter. It ain't about me. We don't care about us. It's about that beautiful little girl and all other missing little kids. It's horrific, brother. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, no, you're welcome. It's because, we deal in facts here. I'm not interested. My audience is not interested in how you live your lives, what kind of what your DUIs are, or what's going on with that. I wish you luck with that.
Thank you, sir.
But we don't focus on those things here. And what we do is we stay focused on the facts, and we make sure that law enforcement, like I said, they're the only chance. They're the only chance that Summer has to get answers.
Let them do their job. Yes, sir.
So it's foolish to not support them and to interfere in their investigation, which is what these channels have been doing, and I'm really sorry for that.
Yes, thank you. I so appreciate it. It's so much appreciated. Thank you so much.
Can I ask a question real quick? Is that okay, Blair?
No, please.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know that the reason we're all here right now is because of the situationship that has happened last night. And so, I've been to Don's, several times while I was there, and I saw what they stretched out of context to be firearms as a pellet gun and a flare gun, which he is approved to have by law enforcement. Is that correct, Mr. Wells?
Oh yeah, but I to be honest with you, Benny, I'll tell the truth. Yeah, I want to put it out there that I have more than that, but I have nothing because I'm scared. But I'll just be honest with you, we have nothing up here.
And there's the whole hard truth right there.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And I mean, and this is Tennessee. I mean, I have firearms in my home. You know what I mean? Like, people don't understand, think about this for a second. There is someone just let me know earlier, Don, that it is a 45-minute response time for the Hawkins County sheriffs to get to your property from a call. So that's 45 minutes that they're going up there for absolutely nothing when they could be looking for Summer, when they could be doing what needs to be done in order to get answers as to what happened to Summer. And people don't seem to understand this, or they just don't care. And I'm now that I got you here, Don, I got to tell you, I'm going to plead with you. I can't imagine, first of all, how difficult dealing with all of this must be for you. And Candace, I can't imagine, but I implore you, please, to just keep calm, keep calm, keep handling it the way you've been handling it. If you can, try to stay off of these people's YouTube channels, man, because they're just they've got an agenda from the start.
I want to fight back so bad. I want to tell these people how I really feel so bad. I can't hardly help it. I can't contain it. I'm so upset. We love our daughter so much.
I can't imagine what you're going through. I can't even imagine.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah. So I mean, I feel bad telling you this. It's just because, because I have no business even trying to compare how you're feeling. I can't imagine a child of mine going missing. I can't imagine what that would feel like and how difficult that would be to manage. But please, just for the sake of yourselves, just, whatever you do, pray, just continue. Just, I mean, I feel so bad that you're going through this, but God
is in full control, and you realize that. I appreciate that so much.
Right. And all of these people, what they're doing is they're trying to create content. What they're doing is they're trying to trigger you and trigger a response from you so that they get clicks and views. So as long as you never, ever give that to them, and as long as you always understand that, you should be fine. You should be fine. And I mean, I can imagine how difficult it is. I can't imagine people showing up to my job in my house.
I want to thank you for stepping in like you have. And Benny's been footing this all alone by himself.
Yeah.
And I pray for Benny. We prayed for Benny today, even our church did. Because I told my church what's going on. Because he's been footing this all by himself. And he was at a breaking point. And I commend you, Benny. I really do.
Can I ask you a question? I actually do have a question.
Sir. Absolutely.
Do you and Candace plan on taking any civil action against any of these YouTube creators?
I don't want to do that.
I understand.
It's not. I mean, man, just you good people like you guys, Benny, doing what you're doing is plenty payment right there. What you guys do is so awesome that there's no way that you could ever repay something like that.
So you're just it's the way that what you're telling me right now is that you and Candace are simply focused on the positive end of these things and the support that you're getting, and that is enough for you to not want to take any type of action against these people who have been attacking you.
Just friendship from good people like y'all, and what Benny has been doing this by himself, and then he's been at a breaking point, and he's got kids and his family to look after, and still doing this. Man, I appreciate you, brother, Benny. And for you to step in and doing what you're doing, sir, and I don't even know you or your name or nothing, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. It's like a prayer that we've been praying for. And like I said, our church prayed. I called my church this morning and says, when we're at the end of our ropes, we're going bankrupt and all this stuff's going on, and we don't know what to do. And we prayed for Benny this morning. And now all of a sudden, it's like, wow, you come on the scene, and I don't know your name, I don't know who you are, but I thank you.
He's got a great, Donnie, Will here, he's got a great community, and he's on the side of innocence before guilt, and so he's.
Praise the Lord.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm on the side of facts, because the truth is, the truth is, I do have more reason to believe that you had nothing to do with Summer's disappearance or Candace. I have more reason to believe otherwise, but I don't know. you know what I'm saying? Like I all I care about is that the information of Summer is out there so that law enforcement can have positive support in doing their job and executing their job properly.
Awesome. Thank you.
And the
That's
fact
all
that
matters.
right, and the fact that you're saying this too should indicate that as well. Why would you want law? You would be up here trash talking law enforcement if you had something to do with Summer. I would think you would be criticizing them.
Yeah.
But you're you're up here telling everyone, hey, let them work, let them do their jobs.
All you've ever heard too, Will, is that they've been, you know, fully cooperative throughout the whole
Right.
process.
Yeah.
Past polygraphs, you know, 7 searches, and here we are, you know, this amount of time later, and you know, we've got all the digital forensics in play, you know, and here we are. So at what point do you live the American dream, you know?
Yeah, I mean, you know, Don, my opinion is, you know, I'm glad I have you here because my opinion is you don't owe anybody anything. You don't owe anybody any explanations about anything.
That's right, sir. Just my good friends, and I'll be honest with them all day long.
Not even, you know, not even.
I
But
love my friends.
but if you feel like, yeah, of course, and you have every right to discuss these things, and you have every right to go on these channels and plead your side of things. But understand, man, because this is the thing about you that I've noticed. I've noticed that you're the type of person that sees the good in people. So you go on these channels and you assume that you might be able to get them to think in an empathetic manner and get to understand. But these people, they already have their minds made up. They see you as nothing but content, and they already have their minds made up. And then their agenda is simply to have you worked up so that people click and watch their live streams. That's it.
I'd like to say that, you know, everywhere that I go, people always say that Don is hiding behind his religion. And to me, that's someone that doesn't have religion in their life screaming, because that's what we do in times of tragedy. We really immerse ourselves in spirituality, and you know, the church really, you know, they circle around us, and so it, you know, the propensity for someone to merge deeper into their spirituality during a time of tragedy is completely natural. And you have so many people that try to discount every fiber of this man's life. And let me tell you what, me and my mom, we talk every day about Don. My mom's even talked to Don. And it just, you know, it's such a strange thing to see one human, well, his wife as well, and his mother-in-law, to see 3 people been persecuted to this extent. And there's been no psychological snap. You know, no one's gotten hurt. It's a real testament to, you know, to hope. These people still have hope.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and
hey, brothers, before all this tragedy happened, my daughter was in that church with us 3 boys, because I knew that was where they needed to be, and that's where I wanted them to learn about end-time events and the tragedy that's fixing to happen in our country. Before any of this happened, we was in church. So that should speak for itself. You know, the Seventh-day Adventist Church, you know, and I don't want to put anybody down, but the psychotic Reverend Donna Sabrina, who wants to talk bad about us and everything else, we was in this church long before any of this tragedy happened, and my daughter loved it there.
Absolutely. Amen.
And I mean, you know, he's not, you can't say that he's hiding behind his religion when he's practicing it.
Right.
Like his actions are showing, your actions are showing me when you say something like, I'd rather focus on how kind your channel has been and the good people on YouTube rather than go and file a civil suit against Molly Golightly or Bullhorn Betty. Like that right there shows that you are practicing this religion that people are accusing you of hiding behind. That is a very turn the other cheek type thing.
We got to love each other and forgive each other no matter what. I was a hard head all my life.
And you would be right. You would be right if you sued these people. You would be right. I would support you. I would be like, dude, fuck yeah, go ahead, Don, get him. I would be like, get him. But I also absolutely support and understand and you know, back you up when you say I'd rather just focus on the positive. I think that's great, and it's a really nice thing to hear. It's refreshing.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You know, I think it's amazing. Also, dude, let me just interject real quick. I think it's awesome that like Don could really take any of these opportunities that he has online in the recent past to bash anyone that's doing something ugly to him. And he's not doing that. You know what I mean? Like he comes here.
I watch it though so bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he would not be wrong. Him or Candace would not be wrong in taking action against these people.
No, you're right.
And they would get a bunch of support over it, but they'd win. And they'd win.
We're so tired of. I'm so tired of Candace crying at night. People, you know, we give a little bit of crap back, and everybody's crying. They're like, "Oh my God!" Well, Candace has been crying every night when they bash her, and they say the things that they say against us, and it kills our heart. And Candace cries every damn night. I'm so tired of seeing it. I want to fight back so hard. I'm tired of her crying. She's done nothing but love her kids 100%. I've done nothing but work my ass off 7 days a week ever since my first kid was born for 13, 14 years now to support our children. That's all I've done is work 7 days a week to support our kids, and then some asshole steals our daughter, and all this stuff happens. Yeah. You know what? But you know what? Forgive. That's what Jesus says.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm gonna let you go, Don. You got any more questions for him, Will?
I don't. I just want to go ahead and tell you that you have all our support. I don't blame you at all. I don't think there's anyone here judging you reacting to these things the way that you have been in any way, shape, or form, because none of us can imagine what you're going through. So
thank you so much for that. It means so much. Love you all, and prayers for all of you guys so much. Thank you so much. It means so much what you just said. Thank you. God bless you all. Thank you.
Thanks for taking the time to call in. I appreciate it.
For Hawkins County sheriffs to get to the.
Oops, sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good.
All right, Donnie. Well, I'll talk to you a little bit later, buddy.
All right, love y'all. Thank you so much.
All right,
thanks again, Don. Thanks, Benny. I appreciate it, buddy.
Yes,
Look
sir.
at ass.
Look at that.
So we're gonna keep watching this because man, that was really nice of Don to call in. It was really nice of him to take some time to talk to us.
How many bikers? 10 bikers come by today, going by real slow and filming and shit because of fucking Ernie Shell's bullshit, that motherfucker, and all these psychic motherfuckers. You know, I'm so fucking fed up.
See, you can't blame this guy for being pissed off, man. I can't blame him one bit, dude. Take into consideration everything that this family has endured in the last month. Just in the last month. Not to mention since June. But just in the last month alone.
I don't even give a fuck anymore.
You can't blame this guy for feeling this way at all.
I want to say one thing to you. The question that I just asked you about what you first thought when you wake up, I really do appreciate the way you answered that. You answered that the way I would have answered if my daughter was missing. But,
yes, sir. And I know, and I already know that because I already know that. I already know that.
I want to say something else too. I asked Cher, my daughter, I asked her what important aspect of the case was to her a week or so ago, and she said finding your daughter is the most important aspect.
But why does she keep putting all this hateful stuff out there about us?
Well,
right.
You know, I'm really upset with your daughter, and I just told her, Cher, I've lost all respect for you, but
I
because
can't believe she called her dad, bro. Who calls their fucking dad on YouTube, dude? What? I can't believe she called her dad to defend her with Don Wells. What in the fuck planet am I living on, bro?
your daddy, because of your daddy is the only reason I have any respect left for you at all. And I'm going with that. Am I live right now? I didn't know I was live, man. Nobody told me that.
No, you
Why
didn't.
am I live?
You called me in the middle of my
this is supposed to
podcast.
be a one-on-one, man.
Okay.
So she didn't even let him know that she was live.
A girl named Cher's channel. Nuts.
You gotta,
What if he's lying?
you've gotta expect
This is ridiculous.
that a piece of shit like that is gonna record you. If we've learned anything, people, if we've learned anything from any of these asshole channels, it's that they'll fucking do dirty shit behind your back and not let you know. They're underhanded douchebags.
I hope I'm not making a mistake. I'm not trying to cause trouble.
No, yeah, you
272
are.
7121. Fine, here you go.
So right now she's trying to swat the Wells family. For what? She's doing it on a live stream right now. The family,
Hi, I think, can you please, my name is Marissa Zadinsky.
the family of a missing 5-year-old little girl. And she is wasting resources calling this police department, who's probably understaffed. We have at least 3 different law enforcement agencies plus Texas EcoSearch working on finding Summer. And she's calling the police on this guy for what? What's she calling the police on him for? And she's doing it on a live stream.
I'm calling from Hershey, Pennsylvania. Do you think you can send an officer or several to 110 Ben Hill Road?
Why? For what?
We just heard Don Wells saying that he has a bunch of guns under his bed, is what I heard. And he said he talks to people on YouTube. And he was on.
She's trying to get the dude shot. What she's doing right now is trying to get this man shot.
On a girl named Cher's channel, and then No Thanks Investigates. My name is Molly Golightly. I'm one of the people that protested down there.
Can I give you my name and number again?
Can you? He said he's got, and he's waiting for people to come and I can't remember his words. I've spoken to him several times, and when I was down there about 2 weeks ago, I spoke to Don and I asked him if he was thinking about hurting himself, because he did say something that was
God,
a little
what
rough.
a fucking bitch.
And stuff like that. And said, "Are you thinking about harming yourself?" And he said, "No." So I think the guy is very close to losing his mind.
Wow.
And the thing is
She is such a
Marissa
piece of shit,
Zadinsky.
dude.
I'm Molly Golightly on YouTube.
Like, yo, she's like way worse than Critical K. I didn't even think that was possible, bro. I didn't even think that was possible. This woman is fucking awful, bro. Yeah, it's got to be against TOS, you know?
I'm not.
How do people support this motherfucker, dude? How do people support this woman? I don't understand it.
It's. All right, thank you. Bye. Okay,
Wow.
So, oh my God, Marissa, listen. I'm trying to help Doug out. If you tell them your name, your number, and what the concern is, it's all good. Call Doug. I don't know Doug's name.
No, it's not all good. You're wasting resources. Triplet number 3. Wow, just wow. She should be charged with false reporting. I agree. Molly Golightly, Bullhorn Betty, Jonathan Lee Riches, and Chronicles of Olivia all belong in jail. Every single one of them, in my personal opinion, all belong in jail. Help Doug out. Fuck out of my face.
Can you tell?
I'm trying to right now.
Can someone go over to Doug's channel and say,
I'm there.
Tell him
I'm there.
politely just called the cops. They're sending dispatch on the way. I want, if anything, listen, Don,
I'm
sent it.
there right
I don't
now.
want you to off yourself. I don't want you to off anybody. We just want to know the truth.
We want you to know it was worse than
Yeah, I do want it to know. If I call Doug had a harder time, well, you want to know something all I had to say was his versus Zinsky or Murphy. I'm one of the protesters. I've talked to him before. This is what he said.
who's going to off himself, Doug or Don?
I don't know if they. I hopefully not one.
What an idiot, dude. What a fucking buffoon, bro. Hold on a second. So then there was this other dude. I forgot his name. Crude AF talked about him today. I'd never even heard of him. What's his fucking name? It's something. Is that Doug? The guy with that channel? Something. Let's look at his dumbass real quick. Yeah, that's this dipshit.
I love Jackie. What's wrong?
Now, I don't even have a timestamp. I'm not listening to this dude.
I've got guns down at my bed. Why do you have guns down at your bed? Not because of bikers. Bikers want to help. Bikers want
what?
Usually when the bikers show up, HAs or different kind of groups that are actually more so 1%ers, you'll notice biker gangs and real gangs, they really don't stand for anything or harm, abuse, or anything against children. Matter of fact, if you kill it, it's the toot toot and riot. Me alone, you won't be able to handle. Expunge them. I'm still working on that. It's been a long road.
I don't even have a
what can I give you, or how can I contact you or email you with the information so you guys can complete the warrant and they get it signed off over the phone or virtual over the computer.
So this guy's calling the cops on Don too.
Well, I'm not sure we got enough for a warrant there.
Well, he's a convicted felon with saying that he's got guns. That's not enough. And I'm kind of concerned because your number came up Florida, and I'm looking for Tennessee.
Well, I'm calling you Coffee County, Tennessee.
Okay.
See, this guy's obviously a fucking tool. Okay, let me explain why this guy is a fucking tool. Okay, Tennessee is very, very gun friendly. Okay, Tennessee, especially a place like Hawkins County, you call in and say this guy has guns in his house, they're going to be like, yeah, okay. And my mom has flour in her kitchen. And nobody gives a fuck about you carrying a gun here. As a matter of fact, it's supported. So, yeah, this guy is a fucking tool, dude.
What were you saying this on this YouTube broadcast?
Well, he said this on another channel when he didn't know he was live.
What's up, crew?
And I was making fun of him because I'm trying to be a thorn in their side to make them to do the right thing, but I'm not trying to get people in trouble with stuff they haven't done wrong. But
you're doing exactly that. As a matter of fact, you're doing exactly that. Mind your own fucking business.
Now because I see there's a possible problem with the domestics you guys had on January 19th and through October 2020, and him having a black powder gun. Now he's talking real life with real ammo, real guns. He's a convicted felon, and you guys know that's not okay. So if something happens to Candace or Grandis or even himself, or there's a murder suit.
So he's out here criticizing the police, criticizing law enforcement, wasting their fucking time, first of all, taking away from Summer actually being sought after and answers regarding her disappearance. He's taking that away. He's taking from that just to be a douchebag.
Suicide, it's actually now on you guys.
So now he's blaming.
You don't want to, if you don't.
He's trying to manipulate this law enforcement officer into harassing Don Wells. He's trying to manipulate the cop into doing that. This guy fucking sucks. Like, whoever you are, dude, you're a fucking piece of shit. Like, your mother's a piece of shit too. Just so you know.
I mean, obviously, if you don't want to do your jobs, it's on you guys.
Wow.
We do our job. Taken under advisement. They're supposed to scrutinize that. We will take note of this information, go can with it. I don't think we have enough for warrant based on third party.
He's willing to shoot somebody. He said he's willing to use his weapons, and he's got guns, and he's a convicted felon. That's not enough?
No, sir.
What would be enough until someone's dead? Like, you know who Gabby Petito is?
What a fucking shitbag this guy is, dude.
Okay, she was another woman that was killed after domestic violence recently in Florida by a Brian Laundrie. And the cops had a chance to do something.
And this guy doesn't know that he's live either.
And they failed. So did the FBI. Now you guys are failing. So, number one, I would like to file a complaint on you and your department. At this
What?
point. Can you help me with that over the phone?
Well,
Wow.
I would like to actually file the complaint right now, actually. Who would actually take the complaint against you? Because
I want 5 minutes alone with this guy.
Your own department or your own
Like,
people. I know how it works. My family's been cops over 50 years. My brother was hired on in 19. He's over 40. He's 45 now. He's the youngest hired on as a sheriff. My dad, 39
Nobody
years
cares.
for sheriff's department.
Shut the
and
fuck up.
He also took over Hill 500 and was a Marine for many years and has 3 Purple Hearts. Silver Star.
Nobody gives a
Probably
fuck,
outrates
dude.
the fuck out of you.
Probably does. I'll see.
So now he's cussing at
So
the
what
cop.
can you do to actually save your job?
Awesome.
He hung up, people.
Yeah, of course he hung up on your dumb
That's the
ass.
kind of service you get from Hawkins County.
Fucking moron. Looking ass. Dude. I want 5 minutes alone with that guy. I swear to God. That dude fucking just made me so fucking mad. Like, I literally got hot, dude, listening to this guy prank calling a Hawkins County sheriff deputy. Yeah. I'll tell you something, dude. Here in Tennessee, don't nobody give a fuck if you got a gun. You're encouraged to carry a fucking gun. You're encouraged. Yeah, dude, that dude made me so fucking mad. You know how difficult that is? Yeah. Dude, in Kennesaw, I think it is, it's actually illegal to not own a gun. There's a law saying that you have to own a gun. I swear. There's a county in Georgia or a city in Georgia where it's actually a law that you have to have a gun. That's crazy. I mean, it's an old ass law. They just never changed it. But it's not really enforced either. They're not busting into your house and being like, you better have a gun in here. You know, it's just a fun fact, you know, about that place. I don't give a fuck what he used to be. He's a fucking jackass now. That's what he is. Yeah, okay, so it is Kennesaw. That's right. The city ordinance requires homeowners to have a gun. That's a fact. Yeah, like I hope the worst fucking things in life happen to that guy. I'm not even kidding. Like I hope that that guy gets all the problems. I mean, from a rash on his ass to his job sucking, like everything in life that bad could happen to you, I hope happens to him. I want him to experience all the problems. All the problems. Yeah, but no. What's funny is, like I said, 45-minute response time is how long it takes Hawkins County deputies to get to the Wells property. That's how long it takes. Like, because it's a rural area, Lisa Mack. It's a very rural area, and their property's out in the fucking middle of nowhere, dude. You know what I mean? So that's why. That's why it's such a, like, it's terrible. Exactly, Creed. All the ingrown hairs, bro. I want that guy to get them all, bro. Every single fucking one of them. Every ingrown hair in existence, bro. That guy sucks. See, I wish I could be the better man. I wish I could. I'm just not. Crude AF's the better man. Because I wanted to fucking go off on that lady that was on his panel earlier today. Like, he handled that shit with fucking grace. Because I would have been like, you're a fucking moron, lady. Like, she was sitting up there justifying swatting, dude. I was like, what the fuck is this lady saying, dude? And so, creators, I've already had this conversation with Crude AF. So if your address is out there, man, creators, make sure you contact your local police department, whichever one's closest to you, whichever one would respond to a call. So make sure you contact them, let them know that you're a YouTube creator, and that if they get a call about you to have their head, you know, it's just a heads up on that. Make sure that they know. And if they're looking for it, maybe they can actually find out who actually made the call and charge them with a crime. Right. Yeah. Exactly. They might laugh at you a little bit. Because how fucking silly is it, dude? Think about that. It's so silly, dude. It's so stupid. Like, it's embarrassing that you got to call, you know what I'm saying? That you got to call the cops and be like, hey, listen, this is going to sound really dumb, because it is going to sound really fucking dumb. It just is. There's no way around the fact that you're calling up a fucking cop going, somebody might actually call you guys on me and say that I'm holding someone hostage or blah, blah, blah. And if you get that call, please understand that it's just YouTube immature assholes playing games and using your resources to do it. Sorry. It's embarrassing, bro. What's up, Savage Live? I mean, like, there's no escaping the fact that that's fucking embarrassing, dude. Yeah, of course you did. Of course, Crude. Like, of course. Dude, this fucking, I still haven't figured out this computer. Dude, I still keep this computer in the box. Like, when I'm done with this thing, I pack it back up in the box because I'm afraid to fuck it up somehow. Like, this thing is like, it's too nice of a computer for somebody with such few computer skills that I have, dude. Anybody want to come up here? I mean, I ain't doing nothing. Might as well hang out with y'all. A couple more minutes. Why not? Hold up. All right, there we go. All right, so the link's in chat if anybody wants to come up, chit chat. And, you know, or yeah, Oni swatted himself. Oni, yeah, I don't even know that dude. When I first came into the community and started doing YouTube, like, it was right after my first run with Critical K, and then I was kicking it with Jay is for Justice a lot, and she was like neck deep in this whole Oni and swatting thing. But she busted his ass, dude. I will give her that. I will give Jay is for Justice that, man. She fucking busted Oni. She did just some basic sleuthing and fucking and like embarrassed the shit out of that guy. It was fantastic. It was a thing of beauty, actually. Not a fan of hers, but I'm not going to deny the fact that when it came to that Oni thing, man, she fucking got to the bottom of that shit. I mean, you could report it, sure. You know, the problem is cops don't want to fucking even deal with that shit. You know what I mean? These people, what makes these people suck, as bad as they do, is they're like using law enforcement and hiding behind the fact that law enforcement doesn't even want to deal with them. They have more important things to deal with. Like I respect Don's decision, Don and Candace's decision to not take civil action against any of these other trash channels. I respect their decision to do that, but I'm not going to lie. I kind of wish he would. I'd like to see them held accountable for their actions. I would absolutely love that. But it's not my place. You know what I'm saying? It's not my place to have an opinion on what somebody chooses to do and how they choose to handle a problem in their life. That's not my place. But it was really nice of him to join me on panel today. I mean, because that's the truth. I remember I reached out to Don about 2-3 months ago, maybe. I reached out to him and asked him if he was willing to come on my channel. And he just simply responded, not right now. Either him or Candace responded, not right now. And I respected that. Of course, I respected that. But the thing is, though, like, I'm going to respect the fact that he wanted to come on my channel tonight, but I honestly really didn't have that many questions for him. The only question I really had for him was the fact that whether or not he plans on taking any civil action against any of these channels. But, you know, the more I listen to this guy or hear from him, the more I think that this dude, like, it just doesn't fit. That dog don't hunt. This is not a malicious mastermind criminal, dude. Like somebody with some sort of bitterness in their heart. Anybody who is capable of doing something to their own 5-year-old child and then covering it up for 7 months, they have to have a void in there's got to be a malicious thing to them. And that maliciousness would absolutely be him taking some sort of action against these people. And he chooses not to. Candace chooses not to. They're like, we'd rather just focus on the people who are saying positive things and showing us support. So I'm trying to understand why these people feel justified in harassing this man and his wife. If you look at the simplest things, there's nothing to indicate that this guy did anything to his child. There's nothing to indicate it. Nothing. There's more to indicate the contrary. Like, use your fucking brain, bro. And that's the thing. Molly Golightly knows. She knows what she's doing. Fucking blowing down rails Betty. It's like she knows what she's doing, but immediately justifies it in her head with delusion, and then is convinced of what she's doing is the right thing. She deludes herself. Bullhorn Boob is completely fucking delusional, right? So the actions that she's taking, what she does is she immediately justifies her actions in her head somehow. Because there would be no, I mean, come on. Why would she send that to Crude? That bullshit cease and desist. Why would she say that and pack it full of things that can easily be misproven? Unless she actually deluded herself in believing that to some degree and putting it on that paper. Because I know the type. I've had a relationship with a very evil, delusional human being. Like, and an abusive one. So I know exactly, like, I know Bullhorn Betty. I know her type. I know exactly what she's like behind the scenes. I know, I've seen it. I've lived with it. She actually, if you put her on a lie detector for some of this shit, she would probably pass. Molly Golightly, on the other hand, she just fucking lies. And an abusive one. You got to turn your volume down on your YouTube there, Allie Brewer. I know her type. I know exactly what she's like behind the scenes. I know, I've seen it. You got to turn down your... She actually, if you put her on a lie detector... You got to turn down the
please don't show me.
Molly Golightly, on the other hand, you can turn your camera off. And an abusive one. You got to turn your volume down on your YouTube there, Allie Brewer. Okay, I don't think that she understands that she has to turn off the YouTube. She's got YouTube playing with the volume on. If she's going to call in, Allie Brewer, you're welcome on the panel, but you have to turn that off so that it's not echoing. But I'm curious as to what you have to say. Oh, is Chasing Truth in here? Welcome, Chasing Truth. All right, let's try this again.
So that is not accurate.
Hang on.
What you have to say.
Okay, you got to turn down the volume on your YouTube. You got to mute YouTube.
Oh, is Chasing Truth in here? Welcome, Chasing
Oh
Truth.
God.
Winter Moon Ray, welcome.
I'm not
All right,
brave
let's try
on
this
the
again.
whole thing.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I can't. I'm not doing that all night. Oh shit, I was muted. Yeah, I know. I had this. Let's see if she figured this out yet, because she's still backstage. You guys want to give it one more try?
Can you block me?
You can turn off your camera.
I can't. Okay, how?
Okay,
hang
or
on.
I could just do that. I'm not showing you. Like, we can
Okay,
hear
that's
you,
good.
but we can't see you.
Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
Let's see.
Hi guys.
Okay, you have to mute YouTube though.
One more try.
Like, you've got YouTube playing in the background.
Can you block me?
Okay, she left again. Okay. Oh, well. Yeah, bless her heart. Anybody else want to come up here? They can. Can I? There we go. There's the link again. If anybody. Okay, just call me Hen. What's going on?
Hello, Will. How are you?
I'm good. How about you? Love.
I'm all right. All right. So I felt sorry for the last caller because I've had plenty of people come on my channel that don't know how to block YouTube. It's like, oh.
She was not very tech savvy, was she?
So no.
Yeah.
I've done it before. When I first started out, I did it before, so I understand it. And occasionally I still do it while I'm live on air. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. We love our limeys. Thanks for joining the panel. What are your thoughts?
My heart was breaking listening to Dom when he started talking about Candice crying herself to sleep every night. You know, that breaks my heart. It really does. And I, whether they did it or not, Terry says I'm quitting. I told her she's not allowed to quit. I only come to this channel for her.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she is the glue behind my channel. She keeps it from completely falling apart. She's too good to me.
Yeah. But yeah, my heart was breaking listening to him talking about Candice crying herself to sleep every night. I don't know how I mean, my kids are grown up now,
right.
But even now, if something happened to them, I would fall apart.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing is we can't even, these people who are like, they should be doing this and they should be doing that. Motherfucker, you don't know what it's like to have a child go missing. Shut up. You don't have a place to tell these people how they should be and how they shouldn't be.
No. I mean, just losing my mum when, you know, I was in my 20s when I lost my mum, and I spent 3 days rocking myself. You know, I wasn't able to function, and I had 2 kids to look after at that point. You know, so I'd rock myself to sleep every night. So losing a child, I don't know what I'd do. Don't know what I would do.
Yeah, nobody can compare to that. There's nobody qualified to be like, this is how you should be behaving. You know what I mean?
It breaks my heart. It honestly does. And what they've done to them, what they're doing to them, that harassment thing, it's got to stop.
It's pure harassment. It's all pure harassment. There's nothing justified in those actions.
No.
It's terrible.
No, absolutely not.
I can't believe that the dude has kept it together the way he has, honestly, considering everything that he's dealt with just in the past month.
Yeah. I mean, it's what, 8 months now since she went missing?
Going on, yeah.
And they're just trying to start moving forward with their lives while still thinking of her every night before they go to sleep, and every night when he gets up to go for a wee in the middle of the night, and every morning when he wakes up in the morning, they're still thinking about Summer, but they also are trying to get on with their lives. And they go back to work, and what happens? People come and harass them, they lose their jobs. That's freaking disgusting. Sorry.
Right. I mean, so let me get this logic straight. These idiots. Let me get their logic straight. So they want to criticize. They're basing their opinions on what happened to Summer based on how they live their lives, correct?
Yes.
Because they don't approve of their lifestyle, correct?
Yes.
So your logic is that you disapprove of their lifestyle and you do everything that you can to make that lifestyle even more difficult to live. So you're criticizing their lifestyle, and then you go and take away their livelihood. The one thing that they may have that's their best chance of becoming functioning parents to their other three children.
I'm not gonna cry. I'm not a good crier.
So you had the audacity to sit here and criticize how they live their life, and then you're going to screw up their honest work.
Yeah.
What kind of logic is that?
It's disgusting. They're diabolical. They are revolting people. And if we live in the UK, we don't have guns in our houses,
right.
But we do have SWAT teams.
Oh my goodness.
We do have SWAT teams, and I've seen them come round where I live, and I don't even live in a rough area.
Anymore.
And it's bloody scary for the neighbours, never mind the people who are being swatted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come to think of the innocent bystanders as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Somebody could get hurt. Somebody could get hurt when they're pulling in front of your house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like these people don't think about this shit. No. And it's really, really irritating.
No. I'll let someone else talk.
Yeah, I got 2 other people here who haven't said anything. Sugar Magnolia, hi.
Hey, honey, do I need to turn the volume up? I was on both the TV and the. I'm sorry for.
Oh no, you're fine. Yeah, there's no echo now, so you're good.
Okay, good. Can you guys hear me?
We can hear you and see you. Yes.
Okay. Oh God. All right. I'm sorry. I have had the crud again. So, and I've cried a lot, and I'm an ugly crier. So, I don't really know how any of these people are getting by with this forever and ever and ever. And I wish that I could. I have no idea. I mean, this is the only time I've ever called in to anything. So, is there a way that how big's a class action lawsuit? Is that an option?
I'm not an attorney, but Dawn was on panel earlier. I was on a call with Dawn thanks to Blood Money Benny Keys, and
yeah, I was on.
Yeah, and I asked him if he planned on taking any action, any civil action against Molly Golightly or any of these other idiots. And he said he wasn't interested in that. He said he was interested in focusing on the positive support that they're getting, which I thought was real classy.
It's very classy. What about the creators who are affected by this?
I mean, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I've got, as long as they keep doing what they're doing, I've got content. You know what I mean? I'm just going to keep pointing out what kind of assholes they are and watch their
Yeah.
sub counts drop because people are smartening up to it. Finally, you know. So between me, Crude AF, and Burnt Toast, I mean, we're just going to keep doing that.
Yeah, the swatting is.
I thought they were done. I was going to be done talking about them because I thought they were done talking about Summer Wells, but now they just continue to do this fucked up shit to these
I
people.
know.
Like it's crazy.
Yeah, you're right, and it is fucked up shit. Excuse my mouth, but I'm in Tennessee. Block me out, please, if you can.
You can turn your camera off.
I don't know how. This is my first laptop. So
there should be a little icon
there, I'll just
that's shaped like a camera, and you click on that, or you could do that too, whatever you want.
I don't care. As long as it works for you. I just think that it's just so far out of hand. I've only been in the YouTube community since the Vallow case, the missing Vallow children.
Right.
And so
that case
it's
is
just
insane.
so out of control that this group of folks that are doing the swatting, my opinion is that I don't know how familiar you guys are with having to like send things in to people who are in jail in Florida, but a lot of times it goes through Pembroke Pines, and so I wondered
I'm familiar with Pembroke Pines. I grew
Right.
up just about 15 minutes from there.
What part of Florida were you in? Because I was in
I grew
Panama
up
City.
I grew up in Hialeah.
Right on. I just
Jeremy
didn't know.
M. Thank you, buddy.
What would your opinion be on it being routed through those that are in Louisiana, supposedly?
I don't understand your question.
Blowhard.
Uh-huh.
I mean, Blowhorn Betty said she was in Louisiana.
Yeah, she lives in Florida, but she was visiting Louisiana, I believe.
I just don't really know that I buy that. But
I mean, the thing of the matter is like her sending that bullshit cease and desist packed with a bunch of lies to Crude AF. What that was an intimidation tactic. It was her way of letting him know that she knew where he lived. That's all that was.
Yeah,
that's all that was, and sending it to his family members. It was her way of letting him know that she knows where they live. What she's doing, because we're simply pointing out what kind of a piece of shit she is, and Crude AF has been doing it and doing a damn good job at it.
And
right?
you every day. I
Doing a
just don't
damn good
always.
job. So he's been doing this, and so because she can't actually physically put her hands on him and hurt him like she would handle any other male that was giving her trouble in her life, and since she can't do that, she decides to intimidate and send him this bullshit in the mail. That's all that was. That's all that was.
The swatting scares me.
Thank you, Jeremy. I mean, it should. It should. It's a really, really horrible thing to do to somebody.
Yeah, I know. Sorry that I look like this, but I have got COVID. So I will look better next time I call in. So, and I won't be crying. So you guys have a good evening, okay?
All right. Thank you, Sugar Magnolia.
I have no idea how to cut this off. So.
Sugar Magnolia, you look fine, darling.
Sylvana, what's on your mind? She just wants to hang out. Okay.
Does Savannah know she's on mute?
I don't know. She's the one who's muted. I did not mute her. So.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. It's nice to be up on your panel here.
It's good to have you.
I love the work that you do.
Thank you.
I was on Crude AFs the other night. I'm really, really ticked off with what they're getting away with when it comes to Dawn and Candace. I don't understand why something cannot be done about this. Like, first off hand, she gets him fired or let go off that site. Now, what's next? To see him get shot? Like, I
right.
don't understand.
And the sad part is, it's up to Don and Candace to do anything about it. It's not our place to do anything about it. It's our place to respect how they choose to handle it and deal with it. You know.
And I know they're really, really into the church and they want to do the right thing. I'm a Christian myself. You know, I agree with doing the right thing and not going after them. But this is ridiculous now.
Sure.
Because I believe in God as well, and I do believe that God allows you only to take so much. And my pastor spoke about that one night and said, you can only take so much, and then to a point, you have to do what's right. And I think they have to protect themselves, because if she's planning on going back there, what's going to happen next?
Good question. I mean, where's she going to be satisfied? At what's it going to take?
Like, I was
You know
appalled
what I mean?
to hear that she was even planning on going back. Like, I'm thinking, are you kidding me? Does her husband really allow this to happen? Like, to allow her to go down there after he even disagreed with what was done?
Right. I find that's very, very, very odd. Whatever relationship she has there with her husband, because
And I'm not,
I mean,
you know, I'm not, to be honest, I really liked her in the beginning. I just started watching her when she was on Brian Laundrie. But after all this fiasco, I unsubbed. I unsubbed by all of them. I wasn't on Bullhorn Betty because I didn't like her from the get-go, just the way she is. And honestly, JLR didn't really. Olivia, I'm really surprised at her age how she's just following along. Like, honestly, she does great work. Don't get me wrong.
Look at this gem of a comment that I've got highlighted right here. When people stop criticizing her, she'll stop. Like it's our fault.
You're kidding me.
I was going to say, if she stopped, people will stop criticizing her.
Right.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
Come on.
She'll keep going on and on.
You got to know better than, I mean, I take pride in having a fairly intelligent audience. That this is not.
You know, my son was over and he was watching this and he's like, I can't believe you're watching this. I said, really, Brandon? Like, he's got a YouTube channel himself. I said, like, he didn't see part of all of this anyways to begin with, but I really think something should be done to all of them, and hopefully all their channels get taken down. Honestly, I refuse to watch them. I just heard about what happened last night. I was appalled. I was like, what the heck? Why
Dude, it's totally gross. It's totally gross. Like, I can't imagine what these people are putting up with.
You know, someone needs to do it to them, so maybe they feel what, you know, get that feeling of, you know.
See, that's the thing is, see, I can't condone that.
No,
because it would be hypocritical.
I know
can't
that,
condone
but
that.
It's just, I don't know what makes them think that they can just do whatever they want and get away with it.
I mean, honestly, like I said, it's up to Don and Candace, you know.
Well, what does it take just to put a cease and desist or what do you call that? The one that was the other person just said. My mind went blank now. A restriction against them coming on the property or coming within 100 feet from them, like not even going to his workplace. Like, that could be done. Why not? That's not really.
Yeah, but Don and Candice have to be the ones to make that decision to do that. No one else can do that. Will, on the other hand, you've been doxxed by them, so you could take action against them yourself, couldn't you?
I mean, I guess I could, but I also kind of get.
Know that.
I mean, I guess I could, but I can. You know, I can also understand Don and Candace's point of view, because I'd rather. It's just not my style to do that. You know, I'm not going to report their channels. You know what I mean? I'm just not. It's not what I do. Like, I'm perfectly content making fun of them. You know what I mean? Like,
like, hey,
I'm
it's
better
early. It's early your money making fun of them, isn't it? You know?
I mean, yeah. Now, I wish they'd stop. Don't get me wrong. But as long as they don't stop, I'm perfectly content with fucking trashing the shit out of them every single time I go live. I'm perfectly fine with it.
Yeah, but even if you report them to YouTube, I don't think they'll take their channel down. But when it comes to making money off a little girl that's gone missing, that I have a problem with.
I agree with you.
Okay? That I have a
McKenna
problem
P.
with.
Welcome.
Yeah, you just highlighted my comment.
I did.
Okay, I meant it like as that she's in constant damage control. That's all I meant.
Oh, okay. All right.
Because like people are crucifying me in the comments.
No.
Well,
So
well,
I
you got to
mean
admit
that-
it came off pretty stupid. You know, like, I mean, I understand now that you're explaining it. I understand.
Well, yeah, and if
But
you
I'm saying, you can't blame anybody for looking at that comment and being like, "What the fuck?"
No, yeah, okay, yeah, that's true. But I mean, it was a huge assumption too. But no, I just think that she's in damage control, and now she's so obsessed to prove that she was right.
Yeah. No. Right. I mean, yeah. Everything that she's doing is. Jeremy, thank you for the PayPal, buddy. Yeah. I completely agree with you. Hold on. Somebody.
The only way she can control the damage is to stop talking.
Annie just texted me and I can't read the comment or find the text. Weird. Oh, here we go. Okay. I'm wondering.
Tell you, I wasn't going to say anything. We were waiting patiently.
Yeah, no, I'm wondering. It has something to do with the case that she's covering. Hold on. Yeah, this lady, Alyssa Bordelon, and she started a GoFundMe. I forgot about the case though, so but she sent me this thing that she started a GoFundMe trying to clear her name.
Oh, is she the one that lied about when they last saw the little girl?
I'm not
that case?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
What's the name?
That's the little girl that's been missing for over a year. No one reported her missing. That one.
Harmony Montgomery?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't been following the Harmony Montgomery case.
Look into it, Will. It's a really
I
weird
probably will.
case.
I probably will. I probably will cover that. Because a lot of creators have been covering that case too.
Oh, Alyssa's Michael Long's girlfriend. Okay.
Oh. Okay. Okay. Oh my God.
Oh.
That's okay. See, that shows how much I fucking paid attention to to that end of things. I kept saying I don't fucking care about Michael Long's girlfriend. I don't give a shit about her. And she's like now started a GoFundMe. Unbelievable.
Oh.
Unbelievable. Wow.
Yeah, missing for 2 years, and they only found out that she was missing just before Christmas. That's that case baffles me. Completely baffles me.
I wonder how much money she's raised. Let's take a look, shall we? Alyssa's fight for justice. But it doesn't say how much she's raised. I need to check that. Well, apparently the GoFundMe is for justice because she needs to clear her name. Dude, listen, bro. Like, everybody hates that girl. Like, personally, I don't give a shit. But everybody fucking hates that girl because she's a fucking homewrecker, bro. Like, there's no denying that. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no denying that. That aspect of the long situation is something that I never even bothered with necessarily. But the fact that she thinks that she is entitled to funds for being trash, well, no, dude, you keep inserting yourself in shit. She keeps inserting herself in people's panels. She keeps inserting herself in people's chats. And then she fucking inserted herself in Michael Long's bed while Michael Long was married to Courtney. And she expects what? Like, what? What? You expect people to feel sorry for you? No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, no.
I gave up on following the Long case a long time ago. It just got too confusing for me.
All right, Arian's son. Wow, I don't know if I like that name.
You did this last time too.
Did I? Okay.
It's Aaron.
Aaron. Okay, cool. Just clearing it up. Just clearing it up. Making sure I don't have somebody goose stepping in my panel here. You know what I mean? We don't do that here.
You think at least you'd recognize my picture? No. Oh, all right. So I'm talking about the swatting thing still, not the whatever GoFundMe. So I lived down in Wichita when the Andrew Finch case happened, and he was shot and killed by that one cop who feared for his life, you know? Now, not only did that happen because of a video game, his niece, who had to leave the house by stepping over her dead uncle's body, she committed suicide just a couple years ago.
Oh, that's sad.
Because she couldn't get that image out of her head. She was raised by him and her aunt, his girlfriend, fiance, wife. So when Benny got on yesterday and he was talking about it, like, I instantly got heated because he was talking about his son being there and he's at his parents' house. Like, this plays into one of the other things that was said about, the SWAT coming up, and it's scary for the neighbors, not even the one who they're going to their house for. Like, that sort of thing, whether you're innocent or not, will stick with you because of what you've had to see.
See, that's that logic, man, that really pisses me off. That logic that I keep getting. I heard fucking JS for Justice do this shit when she was dragging Shane Carey's name and then ended up fucking getting fucking famous for it, right? So when she dragged Shane Carey, like, her logic was, oh, we're just speculating, and if I'm wrong, I'll apologize. How about you don't do something that you need to apologize for at all? How about you just handle your shit responsibly and don't be an asshole and jump to conclusions and ruin someone's name when you don't have enough facts? You know what I'm saying? Like, the logic of, if I'm wrong, I'll apologize. How's that going to undo all the shit you've already done?
Right.
That's fucking Molly Golightly's bullshit justification too. If I'm wrong about him, I'll apologize. No, how about you just don't be a shitbag? How about that?
It's pretty easy for most people,
Right.
honestly.
Right.
And then, like, another thing I want to know, like, so that kid in California that called in the swatting, right? You know, he's being charged for that whole event. I'm like, does that only count when somebody dies? Is it not, like, illegal any other time? I'm very confused on that.
Yeah, I mean, these people, their logic just, I can't, you know, I can't with it. It's just, I can't even begin to relate. And the funny thing is, nobody's paying attention to the fact that everybody, these people who want to crucify Don for doing something, we don't know what, but he did something, right? That's their logic. And it's like, doesn't the fact that he doesn't even go after you indicate to you that this is not a malicious person? That it's unlikely that he would do something to his own child? Doesn't that indicate something to you? I mean, it makes no sense to me.
To be fair, they're blaming Candace. To be fair.
Well, they're saying that he helped her cover it up.
Cover it up, yeah. But no, yeah. There's no evidence that they have done anything. There's no evidence. When there's evidence, we can call them out.
No way, dude. They searched the property. Like, if there was an accident or something like that, they would have found blood. They would have found something, you know. But the theory, the working theory, which is fucking ridiculous, is that she dry drowned or whatever in the lake or in the swimming hole.
Yeah.
But there's nothing to indicate that either. There's the word of a 15-year-old kid who has been completely inconsistent in how he talks. So he's already proven to have been dishonest. So nothing that comes out of his mouth is credible. Nothing. And you could tell that his mother was coaching him. So there's nothing to indicate that this kid has said anything that's credible. And the fact that she's sleeping on jugs. I mean, they're talking about heat stroke, and it's like, dude, use your brain. If she was swimming, right?
Yeah.
And they didn't bring a towel, it makes sense that they would fucking dress her in heavy clothes like that in the summertime. It would make sense to me that her mother would keep her clothed. And since they don't run the AC, which she's been very clear about, Candace has been very clear that they don't run the AC in their car. They keep the windows down. Okay? That's not going to get you heat stroke.
No.
If you're in a moving car, right? They stopped a bunch of different places too. Why is it so hard to believe that somebody could have followed them from one of these very public places that they stopped at? Why is it so difficult? Kraken cases proved that there is a very, very short path that's not that steep of a hill leading right to the main road. Anybody could have just walked right up there and grabbed her. Anybody could have.
That's true.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that that's what happened. I'm saying sitting there and working a completely loose theory that a child, there's no way to know. And you're saying that because she's sleeping in a picture or she could be dead.
It's
completely irresponsible.
Kids get worn out after playing in the pond or whatever they put it. You know, they've been having a bit of fun. She's worn out. She's tired.
And Candace hates Summer so much. Candace hates Summer so much that she's constantly taking pictures of her and making videos of her, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it makes no sense.
No, makes absolutely no sense. I personally, I've voiced my opinion before. I don't see any guilt in these two. I don't see any guilt in these two.
No, not as far as that goes. No. I mean, should they be engaging? I mean, it's not my place to approve or disapprove of someone's lifestyle, but You know what I'm saying? Like, for whatever reason, I'm sure CPS had a good reason to take those boys out of that home. But the bottom line is that's none of anybody's business as to what goes on in their home. It's nobody's business why those children were taken away.
For
It's
all we know,
nobody's.
no one knows why they were taken away, and it could be to protect them from all this bullshit
Could be.
that they're going through,
Could
all
be.
this harassment that they're going through, because that ain't a nice environment for the kids to be brought up in.
No.
You know,
No.
having people shouting abuse at your parents day in,
Right.
day out is
That's-
not a good place.
That's incredibly traumatizing.
So that could be the reason they're taken away. We don't know. We do know that they have substance issues, and they've never hidden that. You know, but when you're going through grief, you're gonna go off the rails. And they go,
Right.
even though they don't know that their daughter's dead, they're still grieving for her because she's not there. You know?
Yeah. I mean, can you imagine what it takes to just fall asleep at night?
Exactly.
I mean, you know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
yeah.
Like,
I
can
would
I
need
blame them for self-medicating? You know, like, if that's what they're used to doing already, and my children are no longer here, and one of them is actually missing, and I have no idea what happened to her. I mean, if I'm a drinker, I'm going to be drinking myself to sleep quite a bit. You know what I mean? I mean, it makes sense to me. I'm not saying I approve or disapprove of it. I'm just saying it makes sense to me.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not a drinker, but I could imagine myself hitting the bottle if I lost one of my kids. You know, and like I said, they're grown up kids now. You know,
Right.
and I would still be a complete and utter train wreck.
Right. Yeah.
And as I said before, if they were rich, they wouldn't be getting this treatment.
Yeah, no. It's just this is all about them being judgmental assholes.
Yes.
That's all this is about.
Absolutely. Absolutely. If they were living in pure luxury and still drinking, because don't forget,
and Molly
drunk people.
Golightly's nobody to fucking talk.
Exactly.
This is all about her acting like she's better than the Wells family, when in fact she's nothing even close to being better. She's much worse.
She's complete utter
much worse.
scumbag.
She's a
complete
total
utter
scumbag on top of an addict. So she doesn't get to fucking throw stones at anybody. I mean, I didn't see fucking I haven't seen video footage of Don Wells or Candace Bly in a police station crying, saying, "I swear I'm not a dumpy dump." I didn't see that. You know what I'm saying?
The other thing, I mean, we all know where Molly Golightly got her fame originally. It's from a TV show. And she wasn't exactly the best parent on that, was she? Come on. She wasn't exactly the best example of parenthood on that show.
Right.
You know? So
No,
how
I
dare she
love
judge
that she
other
has-
people for their parenthood?
I love that she has the audacity to throw stones at people, dude. Like,
I'm not a religious person, but I do believe in
and she mocks people who are religious.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not religious, but I respect people's beliefs.
But
she
I
mocks these people.
I do believe in the cast those that have not sinned or something, cast the first stone, because every one of us has sinned in some way or other. You know, every one of us has done something wrong in one way or another.
Everybody's got skeletons in their closet.
Exactly. So don't judge people. Do not judge people.
Yeah. The only reason that blowing down rails Betty, the only reason that her public shit has been gone over by me, by Crude AF, by Burnt Toast, the only reason is because she's nobody to fucking be judging these people. She's been harassing these people. So if you're going to harass these people, I'm going to look into your closet. I am. If you're going and you're harassing these people, then I'm going to look into your closet. And I didn't even look into it. Somebody sent it to me. Somebody sent it to me in an email, and I was like, well, looky.
Please don't look in my closet. It's full of outdated clothes.
I mean...
So I have this thing about humour.
Well, I just want to ask one question.
Sure.
I know you're not too far from Tennessee, correct?
No, I'm in Tennessee.
You are.
I'm an hour away from the Wells property.
Maybe you should go meet up with MGL.
I'm afraid to, dude. I'm afraid to.
No, you
Seriously,
and
like
Benny
that was the
together.
plan. That was the plan. But I'm
You and
afraid.
Benny.
I'm afraid that I'm going to put my hands on JLR. I'm afraid of that. Because that's exactly what he's trying to do. These people are trying to elicit a violent response from the Wells so that they could go, look, see?
Exactly.
See?
Told you. Yeah,
Right.
I told you.
That's what they're doing.
Or look to someone to put their hands on them so he
And
can
I'm
get away on their
stupid enough to fall for it and put my hands on this dude.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
But I don't think she's going. I don't think she's going down there and being with the other three, is she? I think she might be going on her own. Who knows?
Is she brave enough to go on her own?
Why not?
No, she'll get half of her posse from the chat to go along with her.
Well, where were all the other people that were supposedly supposed to be there the last time they were there? All these people were supposed to be there protesting with them. Nobody showed up.
Good point. That was.
Good point.
I mean, that's why
That
I
was
was like,
funny.
at the very last minute. I was like, I'm not doing that because I was gonna go counter protest because I pictured in my mind, you know, this big production of a protest happening.
That's
You know what I mean?
thought.
And then when I thought about it, I was like, nobody gives a fuck what these people are doing. Nobody gives a fuck about these people. And sure enough, I go live and I watch their live and they're protesting in front of nobody. It's just the four of those idiots with big signs being loud and yelling at no one.
Yeah,
No one was listening to them.
What's the point of protest if no one's listening? If no one's there to view it, see
It
it?
was ridiculous. They were protesting the TBI, which is Summer's only chance of being found. So, and they're protesting because they disapprove of their investigation, but they don't know anything about the first thing about an investigation. They don't know anything. We're talking about one of these fucking idiots touched and had to get her DNA tested because she touched the murder weapon.
Yeah.
Because she inserted herself in some case. JLR is a bitch.
Crazy.
JLR is a bitch. He's
Oh,
absolutely a bitch.
he's the one that tracked down your family and highlighted them all on social media.
Yeah. He put my family's names out there on Twitter.
And he's
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was
He's a fucking
diabolical.
douchebag.
Yeah.
But you know what?
Yeah.
What really bothers me with it, where she was always saying, "Oh, everybody in Tennessee was supporting us," and everybody. Sure, you're showing the ones that are supporting you. How about the ones that came by and gave you like a one finger salute? That didn't want you there. Do you show that on your videos? No. 'Cause I tell you, if I was there, I wouldn't be honking my horn at them.
Well, honking your horn for them to get out of the way.
Yeah. Or maybe accidentally. No, I'm just joking.
I mean, or yeah, I was going to say, or not honking the horn to get out of the way. I did not say that.
I hope Benny goes down there for support for Don and Candace. That's all I can say. And that's my last point I wanted to say, because he's been very helpful. And that's all I wanted to say. And we'll keep doing what you're doing. I really like your channel. And hope for the best.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
See what's going to happen next week.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I'm going to go down in case anybody else wants to come up.
All right. Thanks so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye. All right. Yeah, man. All right, I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Thanks for joining me, Just
That's all right. No problem. Thank you for having me.
All right, you have a good one.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye. I'm just going to look over chat a little bit here, guys. Yo, is this McKenna Peach lady like still in the chat, like making a... Yo, calm the fuck down, man. In here. Yeah, we don't want them here in Tennessee. Exactly. I'm glad you did, Mob Scene. Once in a while, I get pretty mad, dude. Like, I gotta admit, like, between the shit happening with Crude AF and that bullshit cease and desist, between that and these two buffoons trying to swat Don Wells and Candace Bly, you know, that just fucking infuriated me, man. It just made me so mad. What's up, Sunflower Barbie? Yeah, they're awful fucking people, dude. I was in his chat for like a minute, Philip. I have to watch it because I had to go to the store and all kinds of shit, so I didn't get a chance to really watch Cracking Cases live. But I'm sure it was very insightful. They're very insightful people. Cher and her psychic claim they sold Summer for $50,000. Do those people fucking look like they got $50,000? Are those people living like they just sold their child? Like, shut the fuck up. Use your fucking brains, bro. Cher's a fucking idiot, and Mr. Cher is a fucking idiot and a pussy. So voices behind my balls. What a bullshit channel. Psychics. I mean, dude, the guy calls himself Mr. Cher, bro. Like, the name in itself is an oxymoron. Mr. Cher. It's a fucking oxymoron. It does not merit a masculine prefix. It just doesn't. It doesn't. Sharing the cuck. Sharing the cuck. You guys make me laugh sometimes, man. You guys make me laugh sometimes. Yeah, dude. Mr. Cher. The fuck is that, bro? Like, what if one of y'all like named yourselves Mrs. Butch? That's Mr. Cher. Hi. Anybody who talks bad about my wife, they're gonna have something to complain about. Dude, there's nothing intimidating about that guy whatsoever. Just say it. There's literally like nothing to be taken seriously about a dude calls himself Mr. fucking Cher, bro. It's just not. How am I supposed to take that dude seriously? Somebody tell me, how am I supposed to take that dude seriously? Dude, like, he had a wedding with that person, bro. That happened. that fucking happened. You know what I mean? Like, you understand what I'm getting at? That happened. There was a fucking ceremony, bro. I'm not even trying to lie. Like, dude, I don't like to mess with people's personal appearances necessarily, man. But I'm telling you, when I first saw, dude, when she showed up on Molly Golightly's panel, bro, I busted out laughing at Molly Golightly's reaction to her. I was like, how? I was like, for once, I agree with Molly Golightly. Like, her reaction was my reaction when she showed up. I was just like, what the wow. You know, you can turn the camera off, right? Because, yo, that, my friends, is a face for radio if I ever saw one in my fucking life, bro. Like, yeah. I was like, yo, yeah, I need a heads up. I need a heads up before you turn that camera on, bro. Seriously. Oh, this should be fun. I was just about to wrap this up, too. Hello, Laura.
Hey. What's up?
Not much.
I want to know I have to quit YouTube because you and I was actually agreeing with you. I said, oh my God, that's it. I'm quitting YouTube.
Oh, wow.
The day I agree with the glare is the day I quit. So it's nice knowing all of you.
Okay. Well, hey, it's great news. Thank you.
I do want to say that I agree with a lot of what you were saying. And you actually brought up a point that I never even thought of. And that was that Don or Candace has not gone after them. He really hasn't gone after anybody. And it's, you know, once you said it, because I'm like cleaning, but once you said it, I was like, you know what? He's right. He hasn't gone after anybody. He's just been like devastated that he keeps getting fucked over.
Right. No, that's I appreciate you joining the panel and sharing those thoughts. I know that probably wasn't easy for you.
I don't have a problem with it.
But yeah, I mean, all you have to do is use your common sense.
I agree.
All you have to do is use your common sense and look at the behavior of these people. You know, any suspicion that anybody has of them is simply because they don't approve of how they live. That's it. There's nothing fact-based that we have been made aware of, the public, that's fact.
That's not true.
That would indicate that they did something to their child.
Well, that I agree with, but they're not exactly good parents. They're not exactly good people. I mean, let's be real. I mean, I'm not saying that they may have done anything to Summer. I'm a big believer in innocent until proven guilty.
So here's the thing. Okay.
Benny,
let's explore that. You don't think that they're good people, okay? Explain to me this. How is that anybody's fucking business? How is it anybody's business what kind of parents they are, or why their children were taken away, or anything of that nature? That is personal, private, family issues. That's all that is. So it's not our place to even have an opinion on how they live their lives and how they parent their kids.
I agree with you to a certain extent. And that certain extent is, you're right, it is none of our business. But when you have a missing child that, for lack of a better way to say this, went national or went worldly, I should say, it's not even national, through the world, then, and you're not doing everything you can to look for her, that's going to raise questions. And I'm not saying they haven't looked. Because, all right, I'll tell you what I base it on.
No. Let me correct you real quick, because I'm not going to just let that slide. Because one of the things that people keep accusing them of and criticizing them for is that they're not doing enough to find their child. Now, if you followed this case from the beginning, like I have, and I've covered this case from the beginning, okay? Every press conference, every time that law enforcement is quoted in saying anything, they have first said that they have been very cooperative. They've also passed polygraph tests.
I agree.
But they have also been very vocal saying that they don't want help looking for Summer because the terrain is too difficult and they don't want to end up looking for someone else.
Absolutely.
So they have asked the Wells, if you want us to find your daughter, do what we tell you. And that is just If you hear something, call 1-800-TBI-FINE, period. They're doing exactly what law enforcement has told them to do. They are handling the case the way that the professionals that are charged with the responsibility of finding Summer, who are trained in doing so, they are doing exactly what they are recommending. So it's wrong to criticize them and say that they're not doing enough, period.
And I agree.
It's just plain wrong.
Again, I agree with you to a certain extent, but there are a couple of things I'm going to correct you on. A, I have been in this case from day one. I just wasn't involved in the months of drama. Secondly, I agree with you. There's a certain extent, leave it up to the professionals. If you have any tips, call 1-800-TBI. What I'm talking about, let's go one step further. We all saw what the living conditions were. Okay, that we saw firsthand. Second, when you have a child missing, one thing you never heard from Don and Candace, every single panel they were on, is news about Summer. This is somebody who didn't even know his kid's birthday. Okay, then you add all this to the fact that he's been on many different panels on multiple platforms with different people. And not once did he try to get information. Not once did he ask people for information about his daughter, what they found. You know, did they call TBI?
How is anybody on YouTube going to know this? How is anybody on YouTube going to have this information? I mean, it goes without saying. It goes without saying.
They never asked. They never even tried to ask.
But common sense dictates that if you have information, you contact law enforcement. He's been vocal saying, let law enforcement just do their job. Just let them do their job. Why is that so hard? That's the best thing that he could be doing. That's the best advice he could be telling anybody. I do not blame this guy for feeling the need to defend himself when he's getting attacked left and right by every single idiot YouTuber jumping to conclusions. I cannot blame this guy for that being his focus in defending himself. But he has been very vocal and he's been very outspoken in saying that let law enforcement do their job. He was just on here saying that tonight on my channel. So it makes no sense to me to sit here and criticize the way that these people are handling this, because the fact of the matter is, as I stated earlier, none of us know what it's like to have a missing child. Therefore, you don't get to form an opinion on how they should or shouldn't be handling it, because you don't have any frame of reference to relate.
That's actually not true.
It is true.
It's not true. I've covered plenty of missing kid cases, and they do not act like any other parent of a missing child. And I've discussed this on my live. That nobody, most missing parents. Most missing parents have the ones that have legit missing children, not ones that, you know, somebody that they find dead, real missing. Every single parent that I have looked into that has a missing child all share commonalities. Doesn't matter what background they have, where they're from. No, they all share the same commonality that Don and Candace do not share. And again, I am not saying Don and Candace are guilty. I'm not. What I'm saying is, with the facts that we do know, they were not great people. Not great people. They were not.
What you have is mostly hearsay.
No,
what you have is mostly hearsay.
They lost all their kids.
So what? You don't know why, though. You don't have any idea why. And the fact is, like I said many times, it's none of our fucking business why.
Well,
that's a personal family issue.
But considering that CPS gave Don certain restrictions that he needs to follow in order to get the kids back, we kind of do know why the kids were taken.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
All the information that we have is speculation. Until TBI comes out and says something, or the police officers come out and say something, we have speculation. And it's not our jobs to throw stones at these people.
Right. Exactly. I
I'm
just
not
said that more
throwing
simply.
nobody threw stones at them.
You're up here. Your whole argument here is that they're bad people because
I
they had
didn't.
their
I
kids taken
didn't mean
away.
bad
You
people.
did say
I
that.
said
You
bad
said that.
parents.
This is the second time you said that to me, actually.
I said bad parents. I didn't mean bad people.
But
So-
do we know that?
You really don't think? You really think they were great parents?
I can't, it's not my place to say
Right.
that, though.
Exactly. It's not
I
your
mean,
place to say it.
They're country folk. I'm in Tennessee as well, you know?
And I agree with that.
I mean,
They're backwoods people, and that's how
You're-
some people live.
You're up here talking about people being bad parents, and you just did a live talking about putting a padlock on your fridge.
Mm-hmm.
So, is it anybody's right to judge you on your parenting skills?
Yeah, but one has to do with addiction and like there's a backstory.
That's none of my business. I'm not asking about
But
that.
I'm saying
what I'm
there's
saying
a
is,
whole
But
does
from an
anybody-
outsider looking in, that doesn't look good either.
Right.
There's a whole backstory that I
Right,
explained.
and doesn't Candace and Dawn have a backstory too, probably, that we're not hearing?
Right. Exactly.
I'm not a Wells supporter at all, but at the same time, we are
like
running on a whole lot of speculation, and this case has gone crazy. And until they say Candace and Dawn did this, how are we supposed to know?
Common sense. And I'm not saying that they did it.
You're
That's
unbelievable.
not what I mean by common sense. I just mean that certain things you can deduce based on what's going on and based on their actions. I mean, to say that you can't come to any conclusion is ludicrous.
No,
And I
it's
don't
ludicrous
mean-
to
I
jump
don't
to
mean
conclusions
that they
without
did anything.
without
I'm
solid
not
information.
jumping to any conclusions.
It's ludicrous
the
to
point.
jump to conclusions, right? For you to sit here and say that we're ludicrous for not jumping to conclusions
No,
about
I
somebody's
don't mean
personal family life is absurd.
Because I've always said I don't believe they did. I just think Candace wasn't there. And I've always said that. So
I've looked at this thing from every which way, and yes, I see it that they possibly could be involved. They possibly couldn't be involved. You know, like I've seen it in every different aspect. But
Dude, the
until we
bottom
have
line-
more information, there's nothing that we can say.
The bottom
Everybody's
line is
running with
these
crazy shit.
These people are not the criminal masterminds
I
that
agree.
it would take to commit the perfect crime
I agree.
and cover it up this entire time.
I agree.
So,
Said all that
so
too.
the fact that we're talking about why their kids got taken away or whatever is fucking irrelevant. The fact that we're even talking about it is wrong. That's the point. The point
Hey,
is
Will.
that's just none of our business, and it has nothing to do with Summer's disappearance. There's nothing to indicate it. So it shouldn't even be an issue that people are talking about.
Disappearance. We don't know if it does or it doesn't.
Right. But we have to assume that it doesn't because
Why do we
it's
have
the
to-
responsible
on
thing
your
to do.
own theory? Why do we have to assume it doesn't? You can't assume certain things when it fits your narrative.
No, it's
Neither
not about
can
it
you,
fitting my na-
though. Whose
it's not about
narrative
it
are
fitting
we
my
running
narrative.
with, though?
What I'm saying
But
is
you're
there is no
saying that you
narrative.
can't
There's not
judge
enough
and
information to
assume that
create a
you are.
narrative. My point is that there's not enough information to create a
Exactly.
narrative. So I'm calling you out for being irresponsible and creating a narrative.
I didn't create a narrative. I'm connecting
You're-
the dots.
You're
spinning it.
perpetuating it, though.
You're
You
perpetuating it.
continue and
Dots.
continue and continue to perpetuate it, though.
I-
That is the problem that everyone's having.
Right.
Okay? Here's the thing. You said that they get into all these panels and they don't ask a single question about their dating. Like, they're in there trying to answer questions for other
They're
people that they don't
living it.
even, like,
And they don't owe us any answers.
They don't
know us
owe us any single answer. But here's the thing. You said that you know what it's like because you've covered these cases of missing kids.
That's
But
not
you
what
don't
I
have
said.
your own missing child, do you?
not
Do
what
you
I
have
said.
your own missing child?
Thankfully, no, but that's not what I said.
Okay. That is exactly what you said when you came
Not
on
what I
here.
said. I said
Yes, you
every
did.
missing parent has the commonality of certain things that Don and Candace don't. That's what I said.
Okay. So here's another problem that I have with what you're saying.
Oh, listen, that's the real problem.
No, absolutely not. Okay, absolutely not. The issue is you just agreed with him saying that they do not have the brains to be able to pull off this perfect thing.
I agree.
Right? Okay. But you also can see that they are not exactly the best educated, so they don't know how to get certain things across in certain ways. That is why they are coming on, trying to stop people from attacking them for things that they have no clue about what is happening.
Don't
And you just
underestimate Don.
perpetuate it. You
Don
just
is very
perpetuate it.
intelligent. Don is a very intelligent person. Don't underestimate him. He's not an idiot at all.
Dude, we're talking
What
about
Don-
a guy. We're talking
what
about
Don
a guy
is doing-
who can't even
Go
get
ahead.
away with driving drunk. So don't give me that shit.
Well, what Don is doing is playing into the hands of all these YouTubers, but I think he's flipping the script on you guys to make us look like we are not reliable for anything. In all honesty.
And if
I think
that's the
he's playing
case,
a
then
game.
I applaud him.
Yeah, I think he's playing the game right along with y'all.
Yeah. I mean, I might as you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what it's like to have a missing kid, but I don't I don't blame I don't blame him for how he's handling this at all. At all. And the truth is, he hasn't been malicious in any way, shape, or form, except for the way that he talked to Cher, which he deserved. He earned the right to talk to her that way because she's
I
up
agree.
there with a fucking psychic, jumping to these crazy conclusions, saying that he sold his daughter. You know what I'm saying? And
Well,
Cher
has been. Go ahead.
And the fact that she's even a psychic or claims to be a psychic is insulting to Don's religious beliefs in and of itself. So I don't blame the guy for being upset, and I don't blame him for letting her
Well,
know.
it was 2 weeks ago that Cher was his best friend.
I can't believe she called her fucking dad.
Have you listened to that
what?
psychic?
No.
Yes, I have.
tried listening
No, I
to
refuse to listen to
7
shit like
minutes
that.
today. This is what you hear. Well, it could be this. It could be that.
Well, Laura, back in
we're
the very beginning, the first reading that she had, she made it sound like that she was at Dollywood still on the vacation that they were on.
Hold on a second.
you hear that
address
one?
this. I got to address this
No.
comment real quick. Sorry.
TTOG,
Summer
you're a
night.
fucking idiot.
Summer night. Congratulations for leaving the stupidest fucking comment in my chat tonight.
Yay, round of applause.
Glera is clearly
TTOJ did. OG.
Glera is clearly very uninformed, she says. It's clear that he quit covering the case long ago. No. You're clearly misinformed because everything that I talk about regarding the case is pertaining to the case. It's pertaining to Summer and it's fact-based. I do not spin rumors. I do not elaborate on rumors and hearsay. You call that information. I don't consider that to be information. So this is not the channel for you, Summer Night, because yes, I have not covered this case in a while because there have not been any official updates regarding the case. And as soon as there are, you better believe I'm going to cover it because I have consistently since this case dropped in June. Plain and simple. So
Well, to add to
either
that,
either
Summer, are you
smarten
not
up
listening
or
to
find
anything?
another channel. Yeah, either wise up or go to another channel because we don't spin rumors here and we don't speculate.
That's the whole point of
on
having this
hearsay.
show.
To
That's the
call
whole
people
point.
out for what they want to say as fact
Right.
and get away with it.
And I have always spoken up against people not having enough information to crucify a family that is probably missing their child more than anybody. And then people who have the nerve to accuse them of a crime that they don't even know took place without any facts to back it up. It drives me
Well,
nuts.
we know a
And
crime
I've
took
always
place. We
called
just
people
don't
out.
know who's accountable.
We don't know.
Exactly.
We know a crime
don't
took
know.
place. She's missing.
Okay, she's missing. You don't know that if the police have not
We know no players
confirmed-
of the game.
Exactly. The police, law enforcement has not officially called this foul play.
Can you imagine the speculations if they have
entertaining-
talked?
They're still entertaining
Good
the
Lord.
possibility that she wandered off. Now, I don't believe she wandered off personally, but again, I don't have enough information to form an opinion. When people say, "What's your theory?" Will, I go, "Don't have one," because I don't have enough factual information on this case. It's irresponsible to jump to a conclusion or to speculate with the few facts that we actually have on this case.
And these people that are reeling in Dawn to be best friends with him 2 weeks ago and now throwing him out to the wolves like Cher did last night, it's just ugly. Tiffany did it. I mean, Molly's done it. Cher's doing it and going live whenever he doesn't know he's live. Like, come on, people. Like, have some respect. There's no respect in this game. None whatsoever. And it's sad.
Yeah,
And that's
no,
why
I mean, people act like these people are characters in some movie when they're real people.
That's why
Suffering.
social media has no credibility to anybody anymore. Nobody. And the stuff that Doug and Molly are doing right now, oh my gosh.
Sorry, I needed to come up just to say, my house isn't spotless. I forget how old my children are. Does that make me a bad person?
No,
Or a
ma'am.
Does
bad
it make me a
parent.
bad person or a bad parent? No, it fucking doesn't. Sorry, I don't mean to swear, but I'm angry.
I've been swearing all night.
Right?
Um,
I am angry. Just because your house is not spotless. I mean, they had a small house with a lot of stuff in it. It's never gonna be spotlessly clean.
four small kids.
You know?
Small kids. So she's not a neat freak. Yeah, I get it.
You know, just because the house is not spotless, and they forget birthdays
3
or
boys.
ages. I've only got 2 kids, and I forget how old they are. I think they're 26 and 24, but I can't remember.
3 small boys. Like, dude, I could barely keep up with my teenager.
And I sometimes call them by the dog's name. You know, that doesn't mean I'm a bad parent. I have called my 2 boys Grace. You know,
Crude.
I'm not being funny. That doesn't make me a bad parent.
No, ma'am.
Did they love them children? Do they love them children? I think they do. That's what makes them a good parent. Loving your children,
And these
spending
people-
time with your children. Money doesn't make you a good parent. Material goods does not make you a good parent. Spending time with your children and showing them love makes you a good parent. Sorry.
At this point, we don't even know. At this point, we don't even know why CPS took the children. Was
have
it
no
because
idea.
of people from YouTube, or was it because of their parenting? See, we're running on speculation on that too. Like, it's incredible what people have come up with.
Sorry, I had to get that out there. I had to come back up just to rant.
No, I
No,
appreciate it.
well
That's why
said.
the panel's open. That's why the panel's open. Laura's great for being up here because this chat does not like you, Laura.
Tennessee all the way, baby.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing that you're going to tell me because I've been following every detail of this case that's relevant to Summer's disappearance, and there's nothing fact-based that indicates that these people had anything to do with Summer's disappearance. There's just nothing to indicate that. They've been cooperative. They passed lie detector tests. I mean, I don't know what the hell else you want. And they're showing no malicious nature whatsoever by not going after the people that they have every right to go after. So there's just nothing you're going to tell me to that's going to indicate that these are bad people. Just there's nothing. What? Because they had their kids taken away when you don't fucking know why they got their kids taken away.
Until something else is being told to us, then we can't run with anything, man. Like,
I'm not even going to try to argue. It's pointless. I could give you a list from here till tomorrow.
I could give a list too, but what good is that going to do, Laura? Like,
that's why I said I'm not even going to say anything. It's exactly.
And I could agree with your list, but what good is it going to do?
Right.
That's why I said there's no point in arguing.
What does it do for Summer?
Exactly. Nothing.
What does it do to help find Summer? I mean, legit question. What does anything that anybody's saying about this family do to help find Summer?
I mean, do people really even speak about Summer anymore? Like, is it really
what I thought?
You know what I mean? Like, it's unbelievable. This has become such a circus, man.
And I knew it would happen too. I just saw this coming. I just didn't think that somebody as vile as Marissa could be so capable of doing what she's done. I mean, it's beyond disgusting.
I posted
what they have.
I posted a comment. I posted a comment on her community post this morning whenever I found out that she had swatted, and I said, you know, you could have just sit this out and let all the drama be on JOR and Bullhorn Betty, but no, you had to go and show your true colors. It was unbelievable. I lost my shit this morning.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie. I was angry. I was
was too.
angry listening to him, listening to this Doug guy.
Oh, dude,
I
I
was angry
posted on
listening to him.
the community post that Benny reposted. I commented on that, and 18 of his followers like tore into me today. It's unbelievable. Like, it's
Yeah,
crazy.
I mean, if you support that kind of thing, you're just a piece of shit. You just are.
The way that
Like,
he speaks to anybody is just degrading.
agreed. I mean, and he was talking to that police officer, you know, and saying that he wanted to report the cop for not going along with his swatting attempts.
Yeah, that was disgusting.
Like,
Well, he watches First Amendment audits. That's where all that stuff came from.
I don't even know what's a First Amendment audit.
Okay, so the First Amendment covers freedom of the press. So people
Right, I
go
know
in
that.
with their cameras and they will audit the police officers. Well, if they don't do something right or to the person's judgment that they did something right, they'll want to they'll want to complain on them. And that's exactly what he did. It was just step by step on what somebody would do if they had a camera in a cop's face. But he was over the phone.
So again, wasting police time.
What's that?
Unreal, dude. Like, has this guy never had somebody play with his balls? Like, I mean, that's what it sounds like to me. This guy's never felt.
Well,
the touch of
everybody
a
that was
woman when he's got
commenting on
nothing better to fucking do than to sit there and First Amendment audits. Like, are you
well,
serious?
everybody that was commenting on my post was talking about him drinking and doing drugs, and that's what everybody that was against him was saying on his post. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, I was commenting because I saw it, Benny reposted it, and he was doing damage control, which it was too late. Everybody streamed it by now. So I don't know.
Wow.
It's just every day the shit just keeps getting deeper and deeper. I'm gonna go on the limb and get me an Amazon wish list and get me some waiters, y'all. Who is going to, who's gonna donate to that?
These people are fucking mind blowing, dude. Like,
yeah,
it's like unbelievable that they even exist. All right, guys, I am gonna wrap this up because it's going on 3 hours, and
thanks so much, man.
And I got wine to drink. So
thanks for having me. You have a great night, guys.
No night.
Hey, I honestly
All right,
never
take
got
care.
to ask you what I came up here for. So real quick, I covered what Molly did at 1 o'clock in the morning because I thought it was fucking vile.
okay.
But I thought Doug was friends with you guys. I thought Doug was friends with Benny.
I never even fucking heard of him until today.
Oh, no shit?
Yeah, I never even heard of him until today.
Oh, I thought you guys were all friends. Because,
No.
He's selling summer candles. Nobody's saying a word.
I don't know anything about it. All I know is that he did the he tried to swat
He did.
Dawn on a live. And that's
And
all
then
right, I'm gonna let Pugs up here. All I know is that he did the tried to swat. Pugs, you gotta turn your volume down.
Oh God, I'm out. I'm not listening to her. I'll talk to you another time.
All right. Thanks for joining me.
Hey.
Hey. Pugs, you gotta turn. Yeah, you gotta turn your volume off.
I'm trying to figure out how to turn off YouTube.
I'll talk to you another time.
All right.
Hey.
How's it going?
It's going great. Stop cheating on me.
What?
Stop cheating on me.
Okay.
I have God, I'm half asleep. I have Candace's police records that were given to me by Janie. She never hurt her kids. She never beat her kids. This bat story, I don't even know where that came from. It never happened. there is a gun incident that was her holding a gun at Andrew, her husband, for slapping her babies around.
See, the fact that anybody knows this bothers me. You know, that's what bothers me. These people should be just left alone. You know, like that's it. That's it.
You know,
Plain and simple. They should just be left alone and left to deal with this issue in their life and whatever other issues in their life in private.
Has Candace lived the best life? Like, no, she hasn't. She's screwed up. We all screwed up.
Yeah, well. All right, Pugs. I appreciate you coming on. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I'll talk to you later.
Good night.
So yeah, and I got Sugar Magnolia backstage again, but I'm going to wrap this up actually. But I appreciate you guys for joining me tonight. And everybody showed support. Please take a moment and give this video a like. I would really, really appreciate it. And I love you guys, and we will do this again very soon, my friends.